thank you for joining me for another Minecraft education lesson. Today's lesson is going to be based off elements and the type of elements, whether they're metal, metalloid, or non-metals. So this is perfect for an intro to elements or a chemistry project, but this is mixing a little bit of pixel art as well as elements. So let me kind of give you the rundown. So these elements are put into an order to where when certain colored blocks are placed in front of them, it's going to reveal a hidden image. So the metals are represented by black blocks, metalloids by red blocks, and non-metals by white blocks. So here is Mr. P table. He is always one of my chemistry guys I add in my chemistry lessons because he is my link to ptable.com. If you have not already used this website, I definitely recommend it because it is a fantastic website. So when you come here, it actually will have the periodic table for them. When they scroll over metals, it'll show them which ones are metals, which one are metalloids, and which one are non-metals. So this also gives students a way to learn how to use and look at the periodic table, find elements as they're using this activity. Over here, I also gave a rundown kind of what they'll be doing. They're going to explore the different types of elements by using colored blocks. They're going to match each element with its color, and then a hidden image will appear. They can talk to P-table, and then I also put an example over here. So they're going to place the blocks directly in front of the element that corresponds with the type. So once they finish that, this is the image that is revealed. It's a Pokemon ball. And I thought this was super cute. You definitely need to make for sure when you're using pixel art to pick colors that fit into the amount of what you're labeling. So in this case, I needed something with 3 colors, and this was perfect. I fleshed this out before I add these. So for instance, I'm going to make for sure that I'm going to set this, let me put myself in a little builder mode. So I'm going to make for sure that I have it where this is already put up and I can just come in and fill it in as I go with what I want it to. So I'm not just trying to do it straight off the top of my brain. Now, before students come in, I'm going to delete this layer because I don't want them to see the image, but I do have it saved in a structural block. So if I'm going to have multiple groups here, I'm probably going to want this to run. Let me see. Oops. Let me go to load, import. I saved this. I just need to find it really fast. There we go. And I may have to actually line this up better. I'm not sure if I lined this up correctly. But load. It's 1 forward. Who's counting if you want to be a perfectionist? But yeah, so that way I have it on hand if I need to look at it, if I need to send it out, if I need to put more up, I have it there. So if anything happens to that one, I have another one ready to go in the structure block. If you need to learn how to use structure blocks, I do have a video. I'll link it here for you to click on in case you need to watch that video. So, after you have your pixel art up and you place the blocks in front of how you want them to match, now I always build a platform with deny blocks, and then I go through and build a platform on top of that. In this case, I wanted to keep it with the grass. You could use any kind of flooring that you want. If you want to learn how to build platforms really fast, in the corner there's a link to a video of how to build these really quick. And you just use your fix commands. Alright, so it's that easy. And it's so cute. And it's kind of mixing art and chemistry and science and all that fun stuff. It's good practice. And you can have multiple groups going on. So if this is deleted, and I'll go ahead and delete it. Now the only reason I'm able to delete this is because I am in world builder mode. The deny blocks wouldn't allow this otherwise. But you could have two groups going on, one working from this side, one working from this side. And if you have a setup over there, you could possibly have 4 groups, 6 groups, however many you want. Now just remember, in order for students to place blocks on the front of these or the back of these, you're going to want to delete the deny blocks directly in front of them. So these deny blocks need to go. But I do need that grass. Remember, if you are needing a block of grass and you don't want to search for it, if you're using a mouse, use your scroll wheel button and it'll put it in your inventory. So that way you're not always having to go into your inventory and find stuff. Okay, so let me show you what that does. Let me go out of world builder mode. So I can't break anything here. I can break something here because there's no deny block. But what this allows is for the student to come over here and be like, hey, I need to put black here. Now they can. But they wouldn't be able to come over here and put this anywhere else unless it's on here in the deny blocks or delete it. But they cannot break this because I left the deny blocks under. And that's kind of how you do it. So they can add stuff to this and add the colors or add the colored blocks without damaging this. So this one again was the Pokeball. I definitely recommend saving these in structure blocks just because you're going to feel sad if you forget exactly how you set it up with the pixel art. And over here, you can make them even bigger, more complex. Maybe you have multiple students working on one. And again, you just make your pixel art and then come back and just add what you want on the other side. Use a structure block to save it. Break all of this out, and then if you need it back, or duplicate the world. You can always copy a world and then open up the one without this part to your students, and then you have the copy of the world with this for your own reference. I still recommend structure blocks though, and export it to your computer so you can open them in different ones. You can also add extra stuff to this. Let's say you want to add signs where they're also answering questions about metals and metalloids and non-metals. So you could do that. Let me go back into world builder mode so I can actually build. Let's see. I'm going to borrow this post. Actually, I need to clear out my inventory. If you ever have a lot of stuff in your inventory and you want to clear it out without actually removing everything, if you hit enter to open your chat and you just backslash and hit clear, and then your inventory is empty. And then I'm going to use my scroll wheel here to put that in my inventory. I want to use slate, no, poster. This is the longer of the chalkboards. So you could easily come over here. Let's see. Put this here. Ask the students a question. That's not very even, but that's okay. You get it. You could always make it look snazzy. Instead of using one post, you could do it that way. And then you could set this one down here, and then this could be the answer board. So, answer board, you're going to unlock it, and then you could ask what type of element is shiny. Kind of maybe list characteristics, and then you could say A, metal, B, I'm horrible at spelling, hope I got that right, non-metals. And then they could come down here and then type in their answer because it's unlocked and they can do that. So you could do little quizzes around here. You may set up an NPC that's linked to a little quiz. Maybe it's a Nearpod matching activity or an IXL activity. You can just add what you want. There's plenty of room to play with, plenty of fun, and it's a great way to combine some artwork, some pixel art, and having them explore the chemical symbols and looking up what they are using ptable.com and realizing, are they metals, non-metals, metalloids. So I hope you enjoyed this activity. It was fun putting together, and I'm probably going to use the color pixel for other lessons. This was just the first thing that popped in my mind when I wanted to use pixel art for something in science. Have a fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed this.